Before we begin, I want to thank the team at Sertainty for inviting us to participate in the Cyber Health Tech Conference in Atlanta, and also giving us this opportunity to compete in the Sertainty Tech Challenge. My name is Mark Cleveland. I'm the co-founder of HYTCH Rewards, and our mission is to help employers motivate and measure a safer, greener, and smarter commute. I want to move straight to the context of the times, COVID-19, and describe how it is that we're going to discuss today the intersection of transportation data and health information. We've been, since COVID-19 pandemic became a part of our life, sheltering in place and learning how to be safer. We as employers have been working hard at providing a safe work environment, and the missing element in most of our thinking is safe mobility. Let's describe first what HYTCH is involved with. We are partnering with federal, state, and local officials interested in shaping mobility behavior. We define the mobility behavior that is desired. We develop rules, conditions that create that desired habit. And then we pay people for participating. We acquire data in that process. We create environmental and mobility evangelists, and we drive participation. That helps our other mission, which is to keep people safe in this modern time. And we use this data to inform our partners. Why is the partnership with Sertainty so important? Well, describing that we're a rules-driven mobility platform is the beginning of HYTCH, but it means that we're super attracted to the rules-driven strategies for data security. I'm going to discuss our intentions for implementing the data protector, and I'm going to discuss how we're working on the SDK vision. We're using essentially a collaborative approach to implement this data protector tool set for our employers who are providing data on employees and are looking to provide us with updates on status changes, for the data that we create and present back to our employers, and for contact tracing for state-specific and local identity-specific access to information, so we know the professional contact tracers are doing their job and it's an expedited process. And our expectation is simple: absolute control of the data that we acquire, share, and interpret. We are, again, a collaborative company, so here is our vision for how we look at the SDK. We think it can help us with fraud prevention strategies, and we're actually learning from the Sertainty ecosystem, coordinating with people involved in the Sertainty project and deploying biometrics and other protection for us to secure the app and do a little bit more work in the real-time data encryption space. Bottom line, we're contributing to an innovative culture. And we're interested in making sure our secure brand and secure brand promise has eliminated risks of fraud. First of all, from the commuter and consumer's perspective, the app is quite simple. It's available today. We invite you to download it. This is not a PowerPoint presentation. This is a live, active platform with over 12 million miles tracked, rewarded, and this data comes from people who are traveling by themselves or traveling alone, with friends, and we know which mode that they're moving, and we make that a carbon zero commute. Our sponsors help make that possible, and we give this sort of interactive, gamified commuter experience back to the participant. We give the client on the other end access to participating information of employees, and obviously we exchange data with them. So that's a point of mission critical data transfer that's important. Also, if you are imagining that the moment that you begin your commute is the moment you need to be making a representation to your employer that you are healthy and have not been exposed to COVID-19, these are customizable by client and customizable by state, and this is our commuter wellness pledge. I'm just migrating now to the intersection of the health information data. It makes a lot of sense to capture this data up front, doesn't it? Before you get to work. And then while you're at work, we actually measure the relative distance between you and the duration. This is a rules-driven mobility platform. It was easy for us to implement physical distancing measurements. And that's helpful to mass transit providers who might like to give their strategies for increasing and attracting a return of ridership a boost with a little more safe commute and a little more reward for the process. And here's sort of a brief overline of how a mayor or a governor and a authorized contact tracer can get involved with HYTCH to expedite contact tracing. HYTCH has been coordinating with the USDOT recently. We blurred out the description of our database, but we have participated in one of the largest studies of its kind for motivating people to make smarter mobility decisions. And we've been involved with MTSU to validate the database for incredible scale. And I'll just describe this briefly. Simplified, we have information about the vehicles, information about the carrier. We know about the trips. We know which partners are involved. We pay people cash. There's a lot of opportunity for us to make absolutely certain that our security, it's actually a financial transaction processing platform. So we're interested in every respect in having a very secure, rules-driven environment. We want to know who at the federal level is looking at the data, who specifically at the state level is looking at the data. We're already coordinating with the MPOs in our region, with cities who are clients and customers like South Bend, Indiana, with employers who are all responding with great grit and determination to provide a protected environment for work and living and playing, as we, individuals, you, benefit from a smarter, safer commute. So what did I do? I described who our customers are, who's concerned about the integrity of the data, something about the kind of the data that we provide, and something about our vision for implementing the software, systems and platforms that Sertainty is bringing to market. And I appreciate your time. We think this vision is as big as the capacity of the technology to protect it. Thank you.
All right. Round of applause for Mark Cleveland since 2001. We met at a little church in Brentwood, Tennessee called Liberty, which was a great experience. It was great.
We sure did.
And he is a serial entrepreneur, great guy. He has to reach out to Dexter at Smart Eye. It's just a great community. This group has just been wonderful to work with, and we appreciate it. So we're looking for some questions here, Mark. I didn't understand that cash is paid out to commuters, but I did not hear how the company generates revenue. Are you interested in generating revenue at HYTCH?
Oh, yes. Well, that's an easy one. We are a SaaS business model, so we have subscription fees that cities and counties, states, and major employers pay for access to the platform. We also generate revenue when we distribute that cash. So we're a little bit like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, only you'll give us maybe a $10,000 budget for motivating your employees to make smarter commute decisions and perhaps tracking your COVID-19 safe commute objectives. And we'll take a 15% commission, is essentially a way to look at it. I consider it a success fee. And so we do make money when we are successful and the client's goals are achieved, and we also charge a subscription fee for our software as a service.
All right, thank you. Next question from Alex. What is your plan for addressing personal safety issues that could arise during arranged group travel?
Well, that's precisely a risk our customers are not interested in. We do not provide transportation, and we do not match strangers. We're unique in that particular spot in this marketplace. We have a great deal of faith in humans' ability to market and network and judge risks. Our program is promoted by employers who then just simply say, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, and your own network is who we want you to commute with. But when you get 25 cents a mile as a bonus for commuting with somebody, and that other person might get 50 cents a mile in order to bring you to work, there are major implications for the third wave of public transportation, where we're actually using private assets, private networks, and staying out of the matching strangers business. And we're actually giving people a cash incentive to make smarter mobility decisions.
Excellent, thank you. We have a little bit more time. One of the things, Mark, that you shared with David and I don't know if you'd like to share it with the group, and obviously this is being recorded, so there'll be a lot of other people in the future that will be interested. Is there a cost for the consumer, the user, and what are the kind of the rough costs for our company? If Sertainty wanted to implement this for our company, or the ATP as a group wanted to implement it, how does that work? Can you tell us?
Yeah, our work with the USDOT proved that an incentive of 2 cents a mile would maintain participants for longer than twice the average time of any study. We have our prices published on our website, first page. We try to make price transparency another part of our strategy. And so it's $1,000 setup fee and $299 a month in order to use a mobility platform that in major cities, you are regulated to have one. In Seattle, you have to have a transportation demand management platform when you reach more than 20 employees. Most of the major cities in America are looking at congestion pricing, and we think that incentive-based shared reward pricing is the way that you reduce congestion. So our fees are extremely low. Our technology is extremely flexible. We've been in business for 4 years doing this, and we have just completed the largest shared transportation study of its kind anywhere in the country. And we have data at rest we intend to protect with Sertainty technology. We have data in flight between ourselves and our customers in terms of their employee records to make sure that the employees are associated with the right account and are given the right rules-based rewards. And we are extremely careful with the way that anybody might access the data. But what we like here, as I said earlier, is the rules-driven approach. It's not just data security in terms of facilities. It's not just data security in terms of, protected connections and policy. And the important part of every business organization is to have a successful set of security policies. It's not just that will differentiate us in the future. It's the ability to give the employer confidence, but more importantly, the consumer. The consumer is participating in this system. They're being rewarded with a carbon zero commute no matter where they drive. And they're also getting paid when they do specifically sponsored activities. So the consumer's data has value. And what our intention is, and as I've been from the very beginning, is that we share revenue with all of our users. They get a cash reward. They get a carbon offset for every mile they drive. They're educated about what it is that their impacts and their decisions look like. And we can modify behavior successfully as a society with this tool set. But trust is the currency of this century. And we know that our consumers are looking to protect their personal data. They're looking to earn money on their personal data. And this is how you do it every time you move.
That's really great. We only have about a minute left, and I wanted to let you know Mark is so open to talking and helping and advising. He sits on the CEO roundtable for the Nashville Tech Council. They meet weekly. They've been focusing on COVID-19, what they can do, and that's a great example of collaboration between CEOs. And again, that's what we're doing with these challengers here at ATP and the audience too as well. Great presentation, Mark. Thanks. Take care. Keep Nashville rocking. All right. Great.